Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we are getting a bit girly and chatty. We are going to be talking about the birth control Nexplanon. If you are looking for a positive response in regards to Nexplanon, this is not the video. I have had the most horrific story when it comes to Nexplanon, and I'm just gonna be flat out honest. This is my very first time on birth control. I've had it for almost a year now, and we're gonna kind of get into all of the symptoms and everything that I went through personally. Now keep in mind, everyone does have different experiences when it comes to birth control. This birth control specifically is for 3 years. It's an 1.5 inches that goes into your arm. It's completely reversible, so if a year down the line from the time when I got it, I decided that I did want to have a baby, I can just get it out. The process of getting it inserted is very, very easy. Literally, they just numb your arm and boom, and into your arm that needle goes and goes the implant with it. I wouldn't recommend you doing it on your dominant arm because your arm is gonna be aching a little bit for the first few days. I am the kind of person that I can fall down like 20 flights of stairs and I will not bruise. This thing bruised me. So when I got it inserted, they told me don't have sex for 10 days prior and make sure that you're on your period. I did both of them. I was on my period when I got it, and since that day, I was on my period for 10 months straight. A couple of the first few symptoms, I felt like I was getting very depressed. Anything and everything would bother me. I would cry so much, just all these emotions going crazy, and I didn't understand why. I didn't ever experience weight gain or weight loss. I didn't break out, but it was all very emotional. And nobody really understood what I was feeling because they weren't going through it. Now, on top of all those emotions was the bleeding. One day it'd be a full-on period, the next it would be very light, the next it would be regular period, the next it would be barely there. But needless to say, every day I was bleeding. Throughout those 10 months, I probably only went 2 days without bleeding at all. Called the doctor said, yeah, usually people lose it by the 3rd month. You might be one of the people who gets it till 6 months, that's usually the max. 6 months come by and I am still bleeding. All my friends are telling me to take it out. I'm calling the doctor and they're like, yeah, it might be up to a year if you're one of those very little bit of people get it for a full year, or we can go ahead and take it out. Now, if we take it out, I just need to let you know that your hormones might still be all over the place and your period might not go away right away. So in my mind, I kind of saw it like, well, if I'm gonna bleed regardless, let me see. And if by 1 year I'm still bleeding, I'm gonna take it out. Now at this time, I wasn't experiencing depression or anything anymore. That was more like the first 2 or 3 months that I was feeling that, and then all those emotions kind of went away, but I was very moody. As you can imagine, bleeding for that long can be very frustrating, and it definitely was. One day, I just stopped. I just stopped bleeding. But before that, my period went crazy. I had never experienced a period so bad. Safe to say, fingers crossed, that I am going on my 2nd month not bleeding at all, and it is magical. I've seen so many reviews where people are like, I just wanted to cut it out of my arm, and you really do feel like that. You feel disgusted at having sex because you're always bleeding. You feel disgusted at yourself because it never goes away. Now I am kind of worried when it comes time to take it out, how my body is gonna react. In my research, I had not found anyone bleeding for as long as I did. I think the max I found was 6 months. I went 10 months. So I hope that this video can educate someone or help them come to a decision. I definitely could have gone with I think it's called the IUD, the one that goes inside. I will not be getting this again after the 3 years. Now that I have it and I stopped bleeding, I'm going to obviously keep it because it is technically a mini surgery, because that's going in your arm, you know? And it's not fun because it's creepy. Another thing was I was really terrified of the thought of having to get it removed because that just doesn't sound fun. Look up Nexplanon removal. I hope that someone found this video informative, and I hope that it helps you. If you found it informative, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions at all regarding my experience, please leave them down below. I would definitely be responding to them. And like I said, I'm an open book. I do not care about gory. I do not care if it's a personal question, just go ahead and leave it down below. And I would definitely give you 100% my honesty regarding my whole Nexplanon experience, but these were definitely the main pinpoints that made me decide that I will never get this again and that I wouldn't recommend for anyone else to get it. So I'm sorry if you were looking for a yes, Nexplanon's amazing kind of video, but it's not what you're gonna get here because I'm giving you the complete honesty in my experience. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next week. Bye!